Hello everyone, this is Logan59XP here at 8 in the morning, which is earlier than I expected to be up, to be honest, but maybe considering that, considering what day it is, maybe I shouldn't be that surprised. But yeah, it is 8 a.m., well, 8:30 time of recording, and today we are here because of this. Take a wild guess what this is. So, Walmart said by 9 a.m. That was their original promise, even though I was kind of like, yeah, we'll see. So, how accurate was that promise? Well, according to the app, which I, of course, cannot show you because I'm recording on the phone right now, but according to the app, it said it got delivered at 6:17. So, yeah, holy crap. Yeah, out man, yeah, when they said by 9 a.m., they were not joking. I'm very happy about that, of course, but man, I did not expect that, because I was not expecting to do this as early as I was, but yeah, so here it is, after all this time, all these years. So if I don't sound particularly up and up about it, it's because I kind of just got up, so apologies, but yeah, it's finally here, though. But what's really interesting is that I know this isn't just the Switch 2, because this part right here, this is the Switch 2 box. But there's a water bottle in here for some reason. You can feel like, I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a water bottle in here, as well as something else, and I have no idea what it is. I did not order anything else. Walmart just gave me 2 free things for no good reason. And I never buy anything from Walmart normally, so I don't know what's up with that. I mean, I'm not gonna say no to free stuff, I guess, but it's just weird because I did not order anything other than the Switch 2. No accessories, no games, just the bundle with Mario Kart. That is the only thing I ordered from them. But anyways, enough with the preamble. Let's go ahead and get into this. This is not going to be the most clean or straightforward unboxing in the world, but hey, if you want to see one of those, there's a billion of them on YouTube right now. This is more of kind of a personal, kind of low-key unboxing by comparison. So let's go ahead and open this. So in fact, let me go ahead, since there is, of course, a tag, let me go ahead and just get to rip this first initial layer off. Okay. Okay, here we go. Now let's see what that weird stuff is first before we go any further, because I have no idea what this is. Pringles? What the hell? What the heck did Walmart do, man? Pringles. A bottle of orange cream Coca-Cola. I am not making this up. They legitimately gave me this stuff, and I did not ask for it in any shape, way, or form. Okay, so that was the 2 things they gave me, but I can assure you that the box for the thing that actually matters is indeed in here. So let's go ahead and do the big... Oh, that's interesting. They gave me a bag. That's actually kind of cool. Ooh, it's even in the bag, so we can... Okay, perfect. So we'll take that and put it down here. So yes, Walmart gave me this and this, and I can assure you I did not order them. They just threw them in for some reason. So we'll just put those off to the side. What the heck they do? But here we go. Are you ready for the moment? Now, let me make sure it's facing the right side. I'm not sure what side it's facing right now. Let's see if I can tell. Let's see. Okay, this side. This is the correct side. Okay, you ready for it? Do 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 do. There it is. There it is, my friends. And I got a free bag out of it, so that's neat, I guess. But man, I know people said that the box was actually going to be a lot smaller than you would have anticipated, but yeah, it is definitely smaller than I would have thought. But hey, who cares? What matters is that we have it. Now, I will say one nitpick is the one that's in a lot of the promotional material is the one that looks like this, where it's the regular box and it has this kind of like sticker. Oh, it is a sticker. I thought, like, I wasn't sure if it was going to literally be a sticker, but it really is a sticker that they just kind of threw on there. Whereas there's one that's more properly integrated, where there's a bar at the bottom and it says it has the ESRB and stuff. And I think I would have preferred that one overall, but it's a minor nitpick. So since it's just a sticker, does that mean that it doesn't say it in the list of included things? No, it does not, because the one that's in Europe, where it's a properly integrated part of the box, will actually have the Mario Kart World Code as a part of it. But whatever. Whatever. So, yeah, I guess, here we go. Hello, everyone. This is Logan59XP, and it's June 5th. The day is here, and as you can see, my Switch 2 has indeed arrived. I got my pre-order from Walmart, and just like they promised, arrived by 9 a.m. It did indeed arrive by 9 a.m. In fact, it's about 8:30 a.m. at the time of me recording this, and according to my phone notifications, it showed up at 6:17 a.m. So shout out to the guys at Walmart who actually managed to pull off that promise, and I really wasn't certain that they were going to pull it off. Now, something else that's kind of strange about this, though, is that this is not the only thing I received. No joke. I actually got, in addition to this weird orange cream Coca-Cola. I am not making this up. I swear to God this was included. And a sour cream and onion Pringles can. I swear, this is not a joke. They legitimately put those in with the Switch 2. And this is actually really cool. They even threw in a Walmart shopping bag. So that's actually cool, the shopping bag. I'm very glad they gave me that. But yeah, and of course I'm going to eat. Well, someone will eat those Pringles. I'm not interested in that Coca-Cola, but this is like, what? I have no idea what happened there, because that must have been an accident, surely. But yes, they really did send me those. So if anyone out there got their pre-order from Walmart, did you end up getting food or something else included as well by mistake? Because I did. I can assure you I did not put those on my list. The only thing I ordered from them was this, the Switch 2. No accessories, no controllers, nothing else of any kind. This was the only thing I ordered, and they still gave me that Walmart bag, but that might just be like a little special courtesy thing because it's a big console launch, so that could be nothing. But that Coca-Cola and Pringles definitely were not supposed to be there. But anyways, let's get past all that. The Switch 2, it's finally here. It's finally here. So I figured, you know what, I haven't done an unboxing video in God knows how long, and this is a big deal, so let's go ahead and unbox it. This is not going to be the smoothest, fastest, or cleanest unboxing in the world, but hey, if you want to see those, there's a billion of them out there right now, as everyone, of course, is rushing to put out videos of this thing. This is going to be a lot more low-key, I imagine. So first things first, let's talk about the box size. This box size, I had heard people say the box size is smaller than you would expect. And it really is smaller than you expect. I mean, again, here's my hand. That's how small the box actually is. In fact, let me go ahead and compare it against the original box. Now, I don't have the red box Switch or the OLED, but I do still have my OG 2017 Switch box. So let's go ahead and compare it against that real quick. Let's go ahead and put the Switch 2 box all the way back there. And then we have the OG Switch box. Maybe if I do it like this, it'll be more obvious. Look at that. That is the size difference between the original 2017 launch era box and the Switch 2's launch era box. Again, this is not the red box Switch. This is not the light. This is not the OLED. This is the original 2017 system we got here. And that's how much smaller it is. Now, as you can see, though, it is bigger this way, but obviously that is all gone. So just something to note. It doesn't really mean anything. Obviously, all the stuff is still in there. The dock, the Joy-Cons, the power adapter, all the same stuff that's included with this is in there for their Switch 2 equivalents, obviously. But it's just kind of interesting how the box is a lot smaller and more compact. But again, it was already made more smaller and more compact with the red box Switch in the last few years, so it's not really anything new. Okay, enough preamble. Let's go ahead and get to let's go ahead and get to it. So let's go ahead and open this thing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and, is there tape? Yes, there is. Okay, let me go ahead. So there is tape on the pull tab. Trying my best to not damage this as much as possible, because I do save all my console boxes, and you better believe for a Nintendo console I'm definitely going to. Okay, there we go. Okay, here we go. Do. There it is, folks. There it is. After all this time. So let's go ahead and pull that out. Got our left Joy-Con up on. Got our right Joy-Con. And then, of course, the glorious, glorious tablet itself, which definitely is quite a bit bigger than the original Switch tablet for sure. Man, it is really weird to think that this is actually in my hand after all this time. There it is. There's the logo. Alrighty, let's go ahead and put that down. I can already see Mario Kart. I can see what the code, because I don't actually know what the code looks like. Go ahead and pull that out. Yes, I can see that the code is indeed in there. I can see that logo perking up, but we'll get to that in a second. Let's go ahead and pull this out. This is our new Joy-Con grip. And then we have the power adapter, which is now a, external power adapter with USB-C as opposed to the hardwired one of the original. Here's the USB-C cable. And then, of course, here is our shiny new 4K capable dock. I'll be right back. Okay, how the heck am I going to get this thing out without kind of like screwing things up here? There we go. Alrighty then. There we go. So, I guess let's go ahead and, let's see. I guess we can go ahead and get the smaller stuff out of the way first. We'll go ahead and grab the power brick. It's just a good old power brick. Nothing fancy there. It's a big fat power brick. The Switch 2's power adapter, though, does use more power than the originals, so you cannot use the Switch's power adapter on your Switch 2 dock. You could probably use it the other way around, though, but basically none of the Switch dock stuff is compatible with the Switch 2, or vice versa, which I'm not surprised by, but it would have been nice to have, because I already have a couple of Switch docks. Well, we have 3 Switch docks. My Switch dock, my brother's Switch dock, and then we had one in the living room. It would have been nice to not have to upgrade that, even if it would only be at 1080p still, but oh well, whatever, it's not a big deal. We'll just end up replacing it anyway. Which would have happened in the first place, even if it did still work, because I, of course, would want to be able to play at 4K out in the living room. But for the few times that would happen, I would mostly just play in here. But yeah, so got a USB-C cable. Nothing fancy there, pretty bog standard. The new included Joy-Con grip with the red and blue accents for the magnets. Now, I will say, one complaint I do have about this is the exact same complaint that I had about the original Switch, the original Switch's grip, being that there's the charging one that's like 30 or 40 bucks, when it really should just be included. like who's gonna spring for that when I don't know. That was dumb even with the Switch 1. I didn't expect that to change at all, but no, it's just something kind of to point out. There is the charging grip one, but yeah, it's kind of a separate thing. And then we got the Switch 2 dock in all of its 4K glory. So you can see the holes for the fans there, of course, because this is actually fan cooled this time around. Yeah, it definitely feels more weighty, and it's definitely bigger. And then we got, of course, the cover there. And look at that. LAN port. I know that was on the OLED dock. That's not new, but for me it's new because I never got an OLED. I've been running my 2017 Switch for 8 years, so that's very nice to have, even though I do have an Ethernet adapter, of course, for my... there we go. Put that back on. Put that over here. And then we have the console itself, but before we get to that, let's go ahead and see what's in here. This is probably just going to be, you know, the little, you know, health and safety precautions, and of course I see the Mario Kart code is in there. Okay, so first up, we have the Mario Kart code, which of course is covered up. Probably smart because they know people are going to do all these unboxing videos. So yeah, if this bundle didn't exist, I would have just gotten the physical copy and I just would have eaten the extra 30 bucks, whatever. It is what it is. It's Mario Kart. But I figured, you know what? If I can only pay 50 bucks for this game, I'll take the hit and I'll just deal with the digital license. It's not the end of the world. It's not going to really matter for the most part. But I would have liked to have a physical copy. But yeah, so there is the Mario Kart code. Yeah, the little health and safety thing that basically no one ever bothers to read. We have the new HDMI cable. Now, what's kind of interesting is that on the compatibility page on the website, they claim that the original HDMI cable from the Switch won't work because of HDMI version compatibility, which is not true at all. I know for a fact that it will work because I can use an Xbox 360 HDMI cable on my Series X and get 4K 120. So, obviously, that's not going to be the case for every cable, but like, yeah, I don't know what the heck they're talking about. I guarantee you that the Switch's HDMI cable will do 4K 60 just fine. But as you can see, it even has a little ultra speed sticker on it, which is kind of cool. Just a little small thing. Then last but not least, we have the straps, the new straps, which are differently designed than the original for the Joy-Cons. And then, of course, we have the new Joy-Cons. Yeah, definitely bigger than the originals. And those buttons, oh yeah, that's more like it. That's more like it. Yeah, my biggest issue with the original Joy-Cons were the SL and SR buttons were like too small. Apologies that I'm not really keeping everything in focus. The SL and SR buttons were too small. And let's see what the stick feels like. Oh yeah, that's a lot smoother. That's a lot smoother. Oh man, that is a... It's still not a pro controller, but that is way, way better than the original. Okay, let's go ahead and bring out the original here. So here's the original. So there is kind of a more, yeah, look at that button difference. Look how much bigger those buttons are. Yeah, night and day difference. Night and day difference. This is definitely more weighty too, as you'd probably expect. But yes, yeah, the control sticks on the original Joy-Cons were always my biggest issue with them. Not the drift, that's a whole other issue. I just mean like literally just as for normal use, just like the sticks were not the greatest. These are much better. These are way smoother. They're still Joy-Con sticks. They're still not a pro controller, but these are way better than these. So that will probably bode well for whenever I'm playing on the go. Because I never really played my Switch on the go that much. I'm hoping that these Joy-Cons being a lot better will give me more of an incentive to play on the go more often. So yeah, I really like these new Joy-Cons so far. Obviously, I haven't gotten to use them yet, but yeah, I'm really liking these. These are definitely a big improvement over the originals. Now, are they still going to drift? Well, that is yet to be seen. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. Of course, we know that they don't use Hall effect sticks. That doesn't necessarily, but we know they've been improved, so maybe they found another way to get around it or something else. So here's the right one. Yeah, man, that stick is so much better. Oh, man, that stick is so much better. So much smoother. I mean, I know they said the sticks were a lot smoother, but, man, you got to feel them in person. They really are a night and day difference. In terms, like, that's a stick I would actually want to use. Never mind the buttons and everything else, just the stick alone. Let me go ahead and do another comparison here between the older and younger brother here. Again, look at that big difference in the buttons, man. Night and day difference. Night and day difference. And yeah, again. And this is like a new Joy-Con. I actually got this not too long ago to replace one of my old ones. But man, the smoothness of these sticks is a night and day difference, yeah. The Joy-Con 2s, or the Switch 2 Joy-Cons as everyone is actually going to call them. No one's going to call them Joy-Con 2s. They're just going to call them the Switch 2 Joy-Cons. These are definitely much better than the originals, so that's pretty sweet. The buttons are way better, they feel better, more premium, and those sticks are 1,000 times better. Again, they're still not Pro Controller tier sticks, but they are a lot better than the originals. Okay, let's get to the part everyone's waiting for. The system itself. Oh yeah, let's go ahead and put these. In the thing, just for the heck of it. Ooh. So that's how that works. Now I will say, it is kind of weird to have that gap right there. It is kind of weird to have that when on the originals it doesn't work like that. That is kind of weird, I will say, if we compare it to the originals. Here's the originals. Here's the new one. This is a lot more weighty, by the way. I know I've already said they weigh more, but this really does feel, you know, it's kind of weird in a strange way. I almost think they might be too big. I mean, but that's, I don't know, I probably just have to get used to it, ironically. But yeah, no, it's just kind of weird. It's really weird. Yeah, the triggers also feel different for sure. So yeah, but yeah, these sticks, man, a million times better than the originals. Okay.